Welcome back to another art tutorial, guys. So today we're going to be doing a simple illusion. So simple, this is my third attempt doing this. The first time I drew too many lines and overcomplicated it. The second time it was all going great and I forgot to press record. So here we go again. You want a piece of A4 paper for this one, a pencil, ruler. These are my little special magnets I've got on here so I can lift it up easily. Rubber, fine liner, maybe. Blue Sharpie, black Sharpie, white charcoal pencil, a B softer pencil for shading. And no, I haven't got my charcoal pencil here because it's blunt and I just can't bring myself to sharpen it because I'll make such a mess. Potentially this is what we're going to use. Maybe we won't use all of it. Get rid of it. Take your A4 paper, fold it in half because you don't need A4, you need A5. Don't worry about cutting it, doesn't matter, just makes it a nice thicker piece of paper. Folded piece of A4. Now we're going to draw a circle in the middle. I was going to use my coaster, but I think it's too big. So I'm using one of my Christmas candles. Put it in the middle. I can't even see if that's the middle. Draw around it. I know this isn't smooth, so my circle is going to be pretty rubbish. I hope your circle is going to be better. Okay, it's not great, but it will do. And then we're going to draw some lines to make it look like lined paper. Our lines are going to be 2 centimeters apart and we roughly want to start from the middle. This circle is 7.5 centimeters wide. You can tell I've done this before. Move that over the other way. So I'm going to mark 3 3/4 to get the center. Let's just check I've done it right because I'm such a doofus half the time, I do it wrong. Just so that we've got a reference line. I'm going to just, hopefully, this is going to be pretty straight. Draw a line at the top, draw a line at the bottom, and then mark 2 centimeters across the paper on both sides. So just mark 2, 4, 6, 8, magnet in the way, 10, and do the same on this side, and this side. Then when you've done that, just draw along the lines. Being careful not to go over your circle where the lines meet the circle. There! So here we have our circle and our lines. And now we're going to take our ruler and we're going to draw a diagonal line. I'm just going to rub out that reference point in the middle because we don't need it. We're going to draw a diagonal line from the bottom left line that meets our circle to the top right line that meets our circle. Now we don't need to draw all the way through. We need to draw down 5 centimeters. So start at the top of your circle, but where the line meets the circle. Make sure your ruler is lined up with the bottom left-hand line. So this is going to be our reference parallel point, and then mark down 5 centimeters and draw up. Now do that with the next one, keeping it parallel, so you don't want it like that, you don't want it like that. Look with our eyes, mark down to 5, draw up. And then do the same with this one here, trying to keep it parallel to this line, but joining it up, starting on this line here. Let's hope it's parallel enough all the way down with that one there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to keep our ruler parallel. We're going to start from this middle line. We're going to put our ruler over it. We want the top of our ruler touching the top of the circle, and we're going to mark intervals of 5 centimeters down. We're just going to make dots, but we've got to keep our ruler parallel to these lines. You can see mine is not, so try and level it up so it looks parallel. And of course you've got to keep the ruler on this bottom line here too. And then when you think you've got it, just draw a little dot here, and you're going to do another one, say in the middle. Just be careful, be really mindful that it's got to be parallel to this line. Move the ruler until it looks parallel, and then draw another dot at 5 centimeters from here to here. Come across here. You can use this line and this line as a reference to see if it looks okay. Do 5. Come down a bit again. Make sure it's parallel. 5. You've kind of got this one in place already as a 5, then come down a bit easier this side, you can see it looks parallel. 5. Put the ruler on the edge of the circle at 5 centimeters, and then you can see, yeah, our last dot would be about here. You can do more. Where would the last one be? The last one would be about there. When you've done enough dots, just use your pencil and draw in a partial circle. That's to get the perspective correct later on. Right, on to the next step. Now we can have some fun at least. And I'm now going to mark out all of the lines so far that we have drawn with my blue Sharpie. I should have learnt this lesson before. On the other side of this mat is a red mat, and I've got Sharpie all over it. Grab a spare piece of A4 paper and always use something underneath whatever you're marking a Sharpie on, because Sharpies are powerful and they will leak through on normal paper. So we're just going to run across here. Don't forget when you get your circle not to go over the circle, so line it up carefully. Maybe start from the circle up, from the circle down. You don't want to run over. After you've drawn your main lines, you're going to draw the inside circle lines with the Sharpie. So turn your paper to get a comfortable angle that suits you, and you're going to try really carefully to join up your Sharpie line you've drawn here, my wonky Sharpie line, with the Sharpie line that you're about to draw in the centre. So I hope this is going to be okay. Looks okay. Take your time. Like so. Okay, right, now get your black Sharpie and you're going to colour in this middle section, or circular section. So I'm just going to go over the outline first. Oh, my paper slipping. And then turn your paper around to whatever's comfortable for you to get your outlines in. So far, so good. Right, for the next section, we're going to grab our pencil. So we've got our B. Oh, my B is pretty blunt. Doesn't matter because blunt sometimes is good. And we're going to start shading this whole section in. So once you've given it one coat of shading, then you can get your smudge stick and I've still got charcoal on it. So now after we've done that, we're going to go back over it, going to add some darker shading now. But we don't want to completely dark shade over this side because there's going to be some light shining over here. So we're going to concentrate on the right hand side and the bottom area more. Might have to stop for a sharpen. Not sure my little bee can actually cope with the really dark shading, but let's see what I can get out of it. And back to the smudge stick. And then we just want to add some more darkness down the bottom. If I can get any more out of the B without resorting to the charcoal, it would be great. I really don't want to resort to the charcoal. And then we'll get a rubber and we're going to just add in some light back in, especially working over here to the right. We don't take out all of the shading. What do you think is going to look good? Have a look at your picture, rub a little bit out, have a fiddle with the picture. Let's draw a thicker line around the outside of the darker area of our circle. My not very good circle that I drew with that candle. Like so. I'm going to use the other side of my smudge stick. I just want to blend that a little bit. And we really want to accentuate the lightness on this side. We're actually going to get a rubber. So I'm just using a fine line rubber here too. Rub out the pencil line that we drew our circle with. And then as we go around, we can leave it in. Might as well tidy that bit up now. But you can see immediately it gives a sharper edge to the left-hand side. What we can do now is get our regular pencil. We're just going to do very, very, very fine gradient shading across the whole left side of the page. And then go to the smudge stick. We're going to just blend in our gentle pencil. You might even want to just do it with your finger. Or you can use a tissue. Right, now we're going to use our rubber again to rub out some inside to indicate that it's got light reflecting in it.
It's hard for me to sleep at night. Torturous dreams they
Keep fiddling with it until you're happy, using your small rubber if you've got one, or a big one if you haven't got a small one. And I did it. Look at my charcoal pencil, it's completely blunt. What a mess. I did add a tiny bit of charcoal to it because I just wanted to get the darker bits in. Luckily it's so blunt, I don't think I can even make a mess with it. And then rub out any excess pencil marks that you don't want, tidy it up, and try not to make as much mess as I've made everywhere. Hopefully your shading can be a lot better on this side than mine is, but you should get the effect we're looking for once you've finished. Well, thanks for watching guys, and I look forward to seeing you in the next art tutorial.